ගරුතර මහා සංඝරත්නයේ අවසරයි අන්‍ය ආගමික පූජකවරුනි ආරාධිත අමුතුනි ආදරණීය දෙමව්පියනි දූ දරුවනි Venerable clergy, Honorable Telmo Langvilla, the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Federal Member of Parliament, Honorable Alan Griffin, and other distinguished members of the Legislative Assembly and other important personalities, members of the Council of Core, dear Sri Lankans, Australians, and parents, children, last but not least, the Honourable Council of Victoria, Mr. Pushpakumar. I stand here in front of you today with great pride, honor, and joy to celebrate Sri Lanka's 67th Independence Day celebration. 4th of February, we secured independence from colonial rule. Since then, we have come a long journey to see what we are today as Sri Lankans. We have come through difficult periods, hard times, challenging times. It is to our pride and happiness that Sri Lanka today has overcome all those challenges bravely, courageously, and honorably to enjoy the peace that Sri Lanka enjoys today. That peace has not come easy. The challenge was enormous. Our country was in the verge of being separated. There was a lot of blood shed. But today, there are no weeping mothers for the loss of lives to terrorism. There are no weeping wives, children who could not even go through a day without the fear of life. There is no fear of life in Sri Lanka. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must pay our highest tribute to those who have ensured the peace that Sri Lanka enjoys today for the last 6 years. Please do not ever forget that. But built on that peace, dividends of peace was seen on the 8th of January this year, when 81% of the Sri Lankan community casted their vote in Sri Lanka. The areas that has never ever voted, numbers were enormous. That showed that the last election was well represented from all areas of Sri Lanka, and the decision was clear. So we are now on a new page, looking forward under the leadership of His Excellency Maithripala Sirisena, having the foremost agenda of good governance. On top of it, as Mr. Pushpakumar said, the diversity in our unity was evident in the last outcome. Sri Lanka being a country of multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multilingual, and a diverse culture, we have lived together in harmony for long years, not without challenges. It is the intention of the present government to forge ahead in reconciliation. And I'm very happy to see a diversified gathering, a large gathering, which is, ladies and gentlemen, is encouraging, to show to the world that we are a matured country, and we did do that on the 8th of January. By the 9th, a transition has taken place without any incident. We showed to the world we are a country of maturity and those who respect democracy. We proved some people wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have got an opportunity. With that opportunity comes an obligation on the shoulders of all of us. If you have a challenge, if you have a problem, if you do a mistake, please own that mistake. Through that owning of the mistake, find your own solution. Don't let others find solutions for you. We need to own our mistakes, never shy away from that. But if you do that, you will find a lasting solution yourself. So with those words, I must remind you, our challenges are not over. It's very sorry to see another part of the world, over 400 million people are refugees. Threat of terrorism is very much alive. Until it happens to you, ladies and gentlemen, you will not feel it. And that terrorism is making some effect even in this peaceful, harmonious, multicultural country. We need to be aware of those challenges, and Sri Lanka is peaceful today in spite of those challenges. As our Honorable Foreign Minister said in his message, our change of regime was by vote, not by bullet. We should be proud as Sri Lankans that we did change our country's regime without bloodshed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is up to you to take the responsibility to your shoulders. Be part of our progress to the future for the sake of our children. You all have been in this country for long years. You have not only benefited from Australia, you have been great contributors to the Australian system. And Sri Lanka has played a tremendous role in Australia's progress as well as Sri Lanka's progress. I take this opportunity to thank the Government of Australia for standing alongside us tall at the time of need in the last 3 years. When other countries, their first cousins, were challenging us unfairly, the Australian, both parties, Labour and Liberal, stood with Sri Lanka, and I am ever grateful to the governments as the High Commissioner on behalf of our country. And we expect the Australian government to stand alongside with us because they are convinced what we say is true, not because just friendship. Friendships are aside, convincing reality, facts is another thing, and that is why Australia is standing by us. Ladies and gentlemen, having thanked the Victorian government has played a tremendous role in both parties in helping Sri Lanka and the Sri Lankan community and the consulate, which is 2 years old. I say a special thank to the Victorian government. And I'm confident they will continue to do the same. May I take this opportunity to thank Consul General Mr. Pushpa Kumara and his able staff for putting up this wonderful show. And your best is to come, ladies and gentlemen. And in advance, let me congratulate all those who have supported the Consul General Office in putting up this wonderful show, which we all as Sri Lankans can be very proud. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, it may be, and it is, perhaps my last official function in Victoria, as I'm expected to relinquish my duties in the very near future. So let me very sincerely thank the Government of Australia, the State Government of Australia, and the Sri Lankan community for the invaluable, genuine support that you have rendered to my office, not to personally to me, to my office, in discharging and fulfilling my obligations as the High Commissioner. Without you, there were challenges, you were inspiring, you were demanding, you were challenging at times to handle, but that was all in good stead, that you supported me, not without criticism, challenges, but our base course, the course made as good as the naval officer says, was very steady, and it has reached the destination that we all can be proud and happy. Australia-Sri Lanka relations is at a higher level. Judge is you better make the judgment, and the Australian government will make that judgment. So in this context, may I mention a special word of thanks to Mr. Bandhu Dissanayake, who was the Honorary Consul when I took over office until the Consul General was appointed, and all the other people in various societies. I can't mention names individually, sorry ladies and gentlemen, and they all supported me in many ways. One simple advice that I have you: don't give excuses. You can help in many ways. Don't give as challenges as your excuse. Investment, export development, tourist promotion, education are fields that you are lucky to be in this country. Reap the benefits and see that you develop yourself and Mother Lanka improves in economically, socially and culturally. And also on the 29th of March, I pray that Sri Lanka plays Australia in the final. And that way, you will be always a winner. Thank you very much indeed. Nandri, good night.